Hello YouTube! I am home for spring break for a week and I've been watching some YouTube videos while I've been home, and John Green and Carrie Hope Fletcher both made 2 videos about books you may not have read, so I thought I would make one of my own because I have access to the books I would like to talk about. So the first book I'm going to tell you about is The Wedding Planner's Daughter by Colleen Murtoch-Parator. This was one of my favorite books when I was 12 or 13. It's about this girl named Willa Havisham who is 12 years old, and she reads a lot of classics books, and has a very classic idea of romance, and her mom is a wedding planner, and it's all about Willa trying to help her mom find love again because Willa's father died before she was born, and her mom's just been very not into that even though she's a wedding planner, and it's a really interesting book. The next book I'm going to tell you about is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. I've actually already made a YouTube video about this, which is called Opinions About Love at First Sight, and I will link to that below. And it's about these 2 teenagers who meet at an airport and just happen to be sitting next to each other on a flight to London. And yeah, it's all about love and relationships and how they all grow and change. The next book I'm going to tell you about is Without You, a memoir of love, loss, and the musical Rent by Anthony Rapp. I've actually met Anthony Rapp because he was Mark Cohen in the original production of Rent, which is my favorite musical, and 2 summers ago he was directing a show in New York, and I got the opportunity to usher for the show he was directing, and I met him and I said, "Oh my god, you're my favorite person in the world, runs my favorite show," and I brought this book with me and he signed it. And he said, "Hey, hi Tori, thank you so much, Anthony Rapp," and it was really cool. But this book is all about him in the musical Rent, and he was in the original production of it at the New York Theater Workshop, and working with Jonathan Larson and dealing with him dying, also about his relationship with his mother, like throughout the whole process of doing the show and being so far away from home and dealing with that, and just how theater affected his life. And I think it's such an important book to read as a person who's doing theater as a career, because it just shows how much you have to sacrifice for it. The next book I'm going to talk to you about is On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I originally read this book for a history project in junior year of high school because I was writing about the Beat Generation, and Jack Kerouac is the name behind that. And I didn't really want to read this book at first, but then I read it while I was in a car on a 12-hour car ride trip, and it was definitely a good decision to read it then because I appreciated it much more than I actually would have if I was just sitting in my bed reading it. And it's basically Jack Kerouac's life driving back and forth across the country with different names of people and different characters, and it's definitely a good read. And the last book I'm going to tell you about, I don't think it gets enough recognition because it's my favorite John Green book, is Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan, which tells the story of 2 guys named Will Grayson who happen to meet each other in a Chicago store. They have 2 completely different lives, but somehow they all intersect with each other, and it's really interesting, and it's so well written, and I just love the fact that it's such different lives for these 2 kids who live in the same state and have the same name and just happen to kind of be doing similar things with their high school experiences, and it's a great book and I love it so much. If you have any books that you think people haven't read or you really like and want to talk about, leave those in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch my latest video here, subscribe here, follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram here, and in the description, DFTBA, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!